Hey everybody, this is Fumi from Black Woman Moving On, and this video is going to be about divine whore energy and the good black woman. This video was actually inspired today by a conversation I had with someone I don't even know. For those who are on my Facebook page, you guys actually know I finally revitalized my, kind of like mentoring Facebook page where I added a different woman, some who I privately mentor and some who were they just like the content that I, provide. And they're like, hey, let's link up. So yeah, this is just a page I created for that reason, just to connect with other women and actually learn from some of the women and share things and just, social media. So I had added a woman because I do womb healing circles. And I also do womb healing sessions. And I had posted something about a conference a conference that's happening, and it basically teaches you how to start your own womb healing circle or sister circle. So I had posted a video in a group on that, and she had expressed interest in the womb healing sessions that I do. So that automatically lets me know that, okay, if you're coming to me for a womb healing session, sorry guys, I'm tired. That means that something's not right with your vagina. Sorry. If you have to get help with a womb healing session, that means something's not right. You've done something wrong. I always make women accountable for what they do wrong, because we have this thing where we want to be a victim, and I don't let women become victims. Like, there are real victims, and then there's women who are just doing the wrong things. So I already know if somebody's interested in a womb healing session that something's not quite right. But so I sent them a friend request, and the good black woman, and I kind of want to tie this archetype. This is an archetype, kind of like the nice guy archetype. Nice guys finish last, which is not true. Stupid nice guys finish last. Smart nice guys don't finish last. So the new good black woman archetype that I see now is kind of merging with, I kind of want to talk about that identity and mix it with the new age black woman. The new age black woman that kind of seems kind of like me in a sense, but for me, it's less surface level. The new age black woman, it's not a bad thing to be. I'm talking about specific types of new age black woman. This type of new age black woman, oh, is this on? She will love crystals, and she will post uplifting memes all the time, and she's just into the latest fad, the latest trend, and da 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 da. That's the new age black woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this type of new age black woman is the one who constantly projects happiness, love, and light to the world, but she's really miserable. And because I do work with women, I am constantly met with women who have that new age good black woman face, but they work with me to get the real shit done. And I basically learned that people are putting on appearances, point blank. And you have the right to put on appearances. There's nothing wrong with putting on appearances. But if you're going to put on appearances, make sure you don't flex in front of somebody who can see right through you, or who can see right through your actions. A lot of people will do one thing, say one thing, and project one thing, and then they'll go and do something that is completely contradictory. And I'm kind of one of those people that you don't want to do that around, because I can see right through it. And I don't even have to tell you, but you'll know based on the way I talk to you. I can see right through it, because I don't have to always, if you don't ask for something, or if you're not asking in general, I'm not going to come up to you. If you're just I'm not going to come up to you and try to make you correct you all the time. I don't go, and in real life, I don't go up to women with issues and just, on the internet, I created my profile to kind of help mentor women, and some of them even, teach me some things, and that's why I create the profile. So I do that, when I'm trying to be helpful, but not always. I don't just go randomly and try to help people. I don't do that. You can pay me for that. Or if I'm nice, I'll do it for free if I'm nice and I'm being nice and I think you're okay. So this type of new age good black woman, that's really it's just a front for her. And this also, I've noticed, I've had issues. I haven't had issues, but I see this with older black women. Because it's a new day, and things for women now are so much better in the U.S. in a sense than back in the day, especially in the black community. Black women, despite all the issues, we are becoming more free, and we are free, number one, and we are that's what it is. We've always been free, but we are exercising our freedom more, despite different little boxes that our own community, instead of talking about rape, our own community tries to place on us. So my generation, the younger generation, 20-somethings, we are a lot more free to make mistakes, and we're a lot more free to be whatever we want to be, and to learn. So we're learning faster. We're learning faster. We're failing faster, and we're succeeding faster than the older generation, because we didn't have such a strict box that kept us in. So with some older women, they think because they've been living longer, that they are wiser. But there are a lot of women who have been living longer just to fuck up more. They've been on this earth for 30, 40 plus years, and they've been fucking up the entire time. Your life has just been a series of fuck ups with some happy moments in there. But for the most part, you've just been alive longer to make mistakes. Because if you had the wisdom, you would be teaching me something and not coming to me, or not inquiring about what I can do for you. So that's one thing you got to look at with some elders. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And then when you have 40, 50-year-old people, 30, 40, 50-year-old people who are dealing with new age shit, which is some of it, not all of it. Some of it is really for our generation and for younger people, or marketed to younger people. If you really have grown so wise, you would need it. So I just kind of watch and think about that when I deal with women who are older, who have to have crystals and stuff, and they act like they know everything, but they're constantly delving into the newest thing for a happiness fix. They constantly need a happiness fix. So be careful with that. So this is the lesson I'm going to talk to you ladies about. The New Age good black woman and why she's losing. New Age black woman and why she's losing, and the divine whore and divine whore energy and why they're winning. Now there's the basic whores, the low-level whores, which are the prostitutes, the low-level prostitutes. And then there's the resurgence of the divine whore and the divine whore energy. And divine whore is really just another word for sexually liberated woman. If they choose to do it for money, hey, a lot of you guys are whores, and you don't get paid, because historically, traditionally, if you want to use that term, which a lot of women constantly brand other women as whores, if you want to use that term, any woman who is not married, who's having sex, is a whore. Technically, because back in the day, women did not, further back. I don't mean the 60s. I mean even further back, in mostly all cultures, you still have girls getting their clitoris cut off in parts of Africa because God forbid you have sexual pleasure. Traditionally, in almost every culture that is patriarchal for the most part, women did not have sex outside of marriage. And if you happened to, and you weren't rich, and people found out about it, you were branded a whore. Only men got the luxury of sleeping around. Women who had sex out of marriage or had sex with more than one man were whores. So if you want to use these traditions, if you want to look at other women with this patriarchal view of whoredom, you're a whore yourself. You're just not smart enough to get paid for it, or to get paid for it. There's getting paid and getting paid, because you can get paid. You don't have to get paid in money. So these divine whores, the resurgence of the divine whore, and this is a concept I never thought about until I looked at She-Ra 7's video. So go to She-Ra 7, spell it out. Because when I learn about stuff from women who are wise and do know what the hell they're talking about, like Leticia Padua, like her, I reference that shit, because I know that this is a wise woman. This is a woman, and I am younger, and I have learned from her. She can teach me. That's what women who are about their stuff, we can do that. We don't pretend like we know everything. I was introduced to that concept by She-Ra 7. Check out her YouTube channel. She's a freaking goddess, and I honestly, her children are lucky. I'm envious of her children. Her children are lucky, because my mom's not that great. She's not. And they're lucky. So her daughters are lucky. Thank God she had daughters, and they're lucky. So moving on, the divine whores. So basically, why am I talking about the divine whore? So the lesson in this woman, this older woman, who inquired about my womb healing sessions. I added her because she's a potential client, and I'm adding people right now, and she's new age, self-titled good black woman. Post a picture up of a group of black women dressed in scantily clad clothing. They look kind of like strippers, black women in stripper clothing, and then under it is a white couple, a series of pictures of white couples, and in the picture, it's kind of like, you ladies act like this, implying that you black women who are scantily clad or who are whores, you're never going to get what these white women get, or what women in general who are in good relationships get. And that's the ironic part. So it's about, you're too much of a whore. So this is the ironic part. So she posted something that's basically saying you dress like a hoe and you act like a hoe and you're over sexualized and you're never gonna get this romance and getting catered to by men. So that's what the picture that she posted was about. But in the post that the picture was in, she's basically complaining about whores and why is it that these whores always get men, and why are men wifing up whores? So it's kind of interesting because the photo is saying one message, saying don't be a whore, don't do this, don't act this, and you're never gonna get this. But what she's saying is actually against what's actually happening in real life. In real life, women who people think are whores or who have tapped into divine whore energy are winning now. High level, not the low level whores, but they're winning. So women who sexually liberated women who have mentalism, divine whore energy and no mentalism, are winning, and they're getting wifed. They're not being screwed in private in hotels. The dumb chicks are getting screwed, like the one who screwed Umar Johnson. Y'all hotel chicks. Y'all just get screwed in a hotel. They don't want to be known with you. But other whores, even some of them who have reputations, they get the houses and the mansions and they're living very well, and their children are taken care of, and they're taken care of. So they've channeled the divine whore energy, and they have the mentalism. And she was basically just ranting, I'm single and I don't have a man and I'm bitter. You know, she was pretty much telling people that she's bitter and single, and that, you know, she's bitter. And so because you're bitter and single and you're unhappy because you always seem to get the losers, but these whores are winning, you know, I mean, that's bad in itself, you know. And I tried to explain to her that some of these girls aren't even whores. Yes, they may dress more revealing, but they're actually not even whores. And a lot of them are just channeling the whore energy through their clothing and using their sensuality and sexuality. And they've mastered their yoni. They've mastered their pussy. They're good pussy. And there's good pussy, and then there's divine pussy. Divine pussy, a man can't live without it. Without yours. Because all other ones are inferior. That's what they have. And then they also have the mentalism go on with it. And I was trying to get her to understand the problem. Why are these women she said, why do they keep getting a man? She kept saying, get a man. And I was saying, because their goal is not to get a man. That's your problem. You're desperate to get, you're so desperate to get a man. You're on the internet ranting about how single and pathetic you are and bitter you are. And I didn't say that, but now because she acted rude, I'm going to say it. You're pathetic and everybody sees it. And I privately messaged her and I suggested maybe you shouldn't post shit like that about yourself. Maybe you shouldn't publicly, but I mean, right, maybe you shouldn't publicly tell people how lonely and bitter and jaded you are. Because if you have men who are already in your life who maybe may not be ready to take it there, if they come and see shit like that, they're not going to want to be with you. Because when you tell people I'm lonely and I'm bitter and I'm jaded, you are like waving a flag for the users and manipulators to come get you. Because a lot of these people, when they join you and add you on Facebook, you can ask somebody a year from now. They'll go through all your pics and they'll see that one conversation you had. And they're like, oh, so this is the kind of chick, you know. So basically with the picture, I was trying to explain to her about the divine whore energy. And she got stuck on this surface level whore good girl thing. That's why I'm talking about the good black woman thing. She got stuck on this, I'm a good black woman. They're whores. They're dirty whores. And I don't want to be a whore. So I guess I won't have a man because I'm not a whore. Some of these girls and women ain't whores. Some of them not whores. Just because a woman dresses that way, this is the biggest problem with patriarchy, ladies. The way a woman dresses does not define who she is. Now, men may treat you like a whore because you are dressed what they consider to be a whore. That's sexism. But not all women who dress like whores and maybe are whores are treated like whores. There are women who dress like whores and who are whores, stereotypically or patriarchally whores, but they're treated like goddesses. And these are the divine whores, divine whore energy that they use. And I was trying to tell her, you worry about getting a man because you're desperate. And I try to tell her, you are the prize. This is the biggest thing with black women that is some bullshit that we need to fix. And why I honestly, like, any black guy, like, I'm married, but any black guy that would approach me, he's like an old school black guy. Like, they know we are the prize. Like, these younger ones, and even some of our parents, like her generation, my parents' generation, I don't know what happened with these 70s babies. Anybody born after like 65, something's wrong with this generation. Something's wrong with y'all. Like, black people born after the 60s, something wrong with y'all. Most of y'all, something's wrong with y'all. That's why shit's out ratchet nowadays. It's really talking about us young kids, but it's really y'all ratchet ass mothers and some of y'all grandmothers ratchet. Really your mothers. Really, if you're born after the 60s, something's wrong with you. I'm serious. Something's seriously wrong with black people around the 60s. I don't know what America was doing, what was in the water. But moving on, so I was trying to tell her, you need to stop worrying about getting a man. He gets you, and that's why you're thirsty, because you're the prize. He's not the prize. You're the prize. And because you view him as the prize, that's why he's getting on your ass. And that's why you're attracting low-level men, because you're on that low-level shit. You're low. Your mentality is low, and you don't perceive the world the way it really is. A lot of people have been told lies so much they don't perceive the world the way it truly is. We are the prize. Period. And that's how you have to go about it. And then you can't just say that and be fat. You can't just say that and be ugly. You can't just say that and be stupid. If you're fat, ugly, and stupid, guess what? You get shit. Sometimes you're ugly and you're thin and you get treated like a goddess. And sometimes you're ugly and fat and you get treated like a goddess. Sometimes. So it really doesn't, it's not a cookie cutter thing. But what I try to tell women is divine whore energy and mentalism and knowing what you need to do. If you're an older, overweight black woman with children, most good-looking men are not going to want you. Most, not good men, but good-looking men with money are not going to settle for you, because men are visual. And the men who are visual, who will be with an overweight or ugly or black woman, are men who, you're just lucky, because a lot of it is environment. A lot of you ladies live in bad environments, or you live in good environments, and you're not attractive, or you're not tapped into your feminine energy, or you haven't tapped into your divine whore energy, and you don't know how to make anything in your life work for you. You know how to, all you know how to do is work for white people and pay your bills and have random sex with guys who take you to Fridays. That's literally all some of you 30-something women know how to do. That's all you know how to do. I don't know why that's all you ladies know how to do, but you need to get better at that. And some of you 20-something, all you know how to do is go to fucking happy hours, put your weaves on, put your curly cream. That's never going to happen because your hair is nappy. It's never going to happen. You're never going to have that. You never. You can stretch to the day you die, but you will never have mulatto hair. Some of y'all are obsessed with that stuff. Y'all acting like y'all so free. Y'all not free. You want to be mulatto. Guess what? You're not. You guys want to be that, but you'll never be that. And there's no gel, there's no curl that will change that, okay? You focus way too much on that, but then you guys are messed up inside. You're unstable, you're angry, you're depressed, you have anxiety. Like, why are you focused on that? They'll spend more energy on their hair than they will on their life. You had this crazy little chicken head with a freaking afro talking about some, you know, about she can't find out about her African heritage because she doesn't have the money. You had the money for that kinky curly that's $40 a bottle that you can ship, but you don't have the money to pay for a DNA test to find out you're African or American or European heritage. Girl, bye. So moving on, because I want to wrap this up. So the girl's talking about that, and there's a guy who joined the conversation. The guy joined the conversation, and he was like, everything I was trying to tell her in the post about divine whore energy, he was liking and saying she's right. So basically, a guy is confirming what I'm talking about with divine whore energy. And then during the conversation, she's like, you know what, maybe I should change. Then the guy starts telling her, oh, no, queen, dumbass, no, queen, stay the same, don't change, because these women, these divine whores, they don't really get anything of substance anyway. So how are you going to validate what I just said, which is true, and how they're winning, and then when she decides she wants to change and tap into her divine whore energy, not be a whore, but tap into the divine whore energy, you're like, oh no, don't worry, stay the same. So when I saw that, and then after he said don't change, queen, all of a sudden she started writing about how bitter and lonely and jaded she was. So then I inboxed her privately, because I don't argue with men and I don't put people out there normally. And I'm like, you know, you shouldn't write stuff like that. And I said, watch out for guys like him, because he just pretty much validated that what I was saying is correct. And he knows that women with divine whore energy do get wifed and they do live a better life. But he's telling you to stay the same. And obviously staying the same hasn't worked for you. So why would he tell you to stay the same? So then I think me telling her a little bit too much of the truth, in a polite way. I'm not a very, like, when I talk to these women, I know that many of you guys are broken or something, y'all down. I'm not going to be talking to you in a way that's degrading or mean. I'm going to be very nice to you. And all of a sudden, I think she kind of realized that I'm basically just letting, you know, I see, when people realize you see how pathetic they are, they get kind of self-conscious. So she was like, well, you know, I'm fine the way I am. She's like, I'm fine the way I am. And I've been married before. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm married and da-da-da-da. Like, a lot of black women want to be housewives. You want to be a housewife. You want to have a man take care of you, pay all the bills, and you cook and you clean and you want to have your little side. You want that lifestyle. Just admit it. You want the fucking lifestyle. You don't have it. And then some of you ladies got married and you didn't have that lifestyle. You guys were 50-50. You know, and you hated it. And he didn't treat you right. And you were too dumb to know what you wanted. And it's fine. That's okay. You know, but you made the bad decision. You made that decision. I didn't make that decision. So she kind of like gets self-conscious and she's like, oh, well, I've been married before, so I'm good. No, your marriage didn't work because you're an idiot. So, and you made bad decisions because you don't know what you don't really know what, you didn't know what you wanted then. And now that you think you know what you want, you don't even know how to properly date. So, you know, that's one thing. So she's thinking because she's been married before, somehow that validates the fact that she's almost probably 50 years old and unhappy. Because this is one thing I could tell you about, watch out for these new age spiritual black women, is that they talk about happiness all the damn time, but then they're constantly, and what they do is they rant all the time on the internet, like ranting, like rant. Most of my videos are about helping other women. The stuff I tell you about is already, I've been there, done that. And I'm 25, so it's like I'm young and I've gotten through a lot of stuff that has taken some of my female family members years. They're almost 50 years old and they're still dealing with stuff, and I'm already done with it. I'm already done with my demons and gotten over that, and I'm not even 30 yet. So it's like I've already done a lot of the work and made mistakes and failed and succeeded to get to where I am. So people think, oh, I've been married, or because you've been married, that validates the fact that you're not married anymore and you're still losing. And then she's like, oh, well, you know, my intuition, now I can screen men and I have great intuition, so that'll never fail me. Well, you're still lonely, so obviously your intuition isn't good enough to get you another life partner. Because if your goal is to find another life partner and to be happy and have a traditional family where you're being treated like a goddess, you've been single for a couple years now. What your intuition hasn't gotten you your results. It hasn't. So I actually then started to try to encourage the lady, the good black woman, the new age one with the crystals. I try to encourage her, to tell her, don't worry, you know, it is never too late. I try to tell people it's never too late to change. It's never too late. And I'm just encouraging her, telling her, well, I told her I have a book club. I have a book club that starts, I think, next week. Yeah, it starts next week on the art of seduction. And the art of seduction is not about sex. That's a problem with black people in general. It's real basic. Divine whore energy, it's not about being a whore. The art of seduction is not about sex. You don't have to have sex with men to get what you want. You don't have to have sex with a man to get married. You don't. Or to get him to pay all your bills. You don't have to do that. So join the book club, the art of seduction. The link will be below. And I was just like, you know, even if you don't join the book club, whatever, I was encouraging, like, you can be better. You can have a better life. And she kept saying, well, you know what? My intuition is fine, and, you know, I'm just so, you know, all of a sudden, first you bitching and whining about how lonely and unhappy you are, and then all of a sudden you got it together. I mean, which one is it? Because based off of your actions, you don't got it together. Because women who got it together, you'll never see me ranting about certain things because I got it together. I'm not worried about what woman over here is doing because my stuff is together. So watch their actions. Like, I'm in a position where I work with women, so there are things that I talk about that may seem like ranting, but I'm really talking about stuff that I'm helping other women go through. I'm not going through that right now. Other women who are coming to me are going through it, so I'm addressing it for the people who don't know. But I'm not dealing with these issues. Either I have and I've gotten past it, which is why I'm telling you, or I've never had it and I'm working with women to help them get out of the situation. So, you know, I realize now I'm encouraging this woman to change because this good black woman, I'm gonna break this down. In the real world, there's no such thing as good and bad. There's no such thing. Even some of the Wiccans I know are still stuck in this Christian ideology about good and bad, law 3. The world does not, let me tell you something. The world does not care if you're good or bad. Nobody cares if you're a good person or you think you're a good person. Because a lot of you people are not good people. Everybody wants to think they're a good person. You're not. You're an asshole. Or maybe you're a selfish bitch. Or maybe you're a rude bitch. Maybe some of you guys are just bitches. Maybe some of you are assholes. Maybe you are and you think that you're good because the people in your life are tolerating you. One of the biggest things I noticed is that most friends and family members tolerate your bullshit and they don't try to change you because they realize you're connected regardless. So they allow you to be an asshole in your entire life and they watch you go through destructive marriages over and over and over again. And none of them really love you or care about you enough to say, you know what, you're a fuck up. You need to change. So then you'll meet other people like me who were actually nice to your ass, and we see something and we're like, whoa, you're almost pushing menopause and you're still fucked up. So instead of, and I don't come to people like that, I'm nicer than that, and I just make suggestions, or you embarrass yourself on the internet, and because you have no class, you don't know that you're embarrassing yourself. And I'm trying to be like, maybe you shouldn't act like a bitter chicken head on the internet. Maybe you shouldn't represent yourself like that, because you look bad and nobody else is telling you that you look bad. And and this is the thing with women who are on your side, they don't publicly humiliate you. They privately talk to you in a nice way. That's how you can tell. It's like when you walk around and you have stuff on your face and nobody's saying anything to you. But the nice person will say, hey, come here. You have something on your face, and you'll feel grateful. But you've been walking around with that shit on your face all day. So some of you ladies are way too defensive and trigger happy. A lot of you good black women are not good. And a lot of you black women who think you're good or who are good are stupid. And you need to learn something called mentalism. You need to have mental dexterity. And your degrees and your PhDs and your blogs will not help you in life. And nobody cares that you're a good person, and good people get shat on every day. Good people starve, good people die, good people die alone, good people struggle, good people get cancer, good people get cheated on, good people get used. So don't worry about what's good and what's bad. Figure out what works. And there are many things that work, and there's going to be something that will work for you that isn't what other people are doing. Like, you don't have to be a whore to tap into divine whore energy, which is really a liberated sexual woman has an energy that is magnetic, and a sexual liberated woman who is tapped into that can give life spiritually and physically to a man. That's why it's like men have the urge to release constantly, the pressure to release their sperm. That's just biological. But then there's that point where they have sex with a woman that makes them, like I say, people are so funny, like makes them see God. Like there's like a transcendence when they fuck you. That is a divine whore energy. And the women who are tapped, that's why I say confident women, confidence, divine whore energy, all that stuff is linked together. So you need to tap into divine whore energy. And one way is to learn about seduction and sensuality. So consider the book group, but if not, just learn it for your fucking self. You don't have to come to me or somebody else. Learn it yourself. Take the time and look stuff up. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I don't have the time. Make the time. Save the money. Don't go out to eat. Don't go to that movie. You can pay for it. Black people always worry about money. I don't have the money. You have the money to do every damn else, but you don't have the money to take care of you. And that's why you're failing. So many of you good black women are just like these nice guys, these good nice guys. You're a stupid good black woman, and you're stupid. Like, stupid people are the people who do the same shit over and over and over again, and they fail every time. And then when you have somebody nice enough to try to help your ass, you act like you too fucking big and bad. But guess what? I'm still going to be winning and happy and making my own money without working for somebody else, unless I choose to, and have a husband that would die for me, and have a husband that would go to hell and back for me. While your ass can be lonely and sit in your cold ass house or apartment on Facebook uploading happy fucking memes, because that's all the fuck you have. That's the only happiness you have. Or you can learn from women like me or other women, or you can do the work yourself, which most of you are not going to do anyway. So you might as well just click the link below and just get it easy. Just get it easy. And not only do you get the information, we actually have, like, people ask me, oh, do you have a private Facebook group? I actually don't have a private Facebook group for Black Women Moving On. I do have a private Facebook group for the book club that starts next week. So check out the link. And also I have a womb healing circle that's going to have a private Facebook group for that. So check the website, check the link, but look at the other stuff on the site. And there'll be, that way you get to connect with other women who think the same. A lot of you guys, your friends are losers, and you're a loser, and that's why you never go anywhere. And that's why I wanted to do a private Facebook group exclusively for people in the program, because that way you finally, even if you don't leave your city, you can connect mentally, emotionally, and spiritually with other women who are winning or who are trying to win. And then when they make it, they'll pull you. You got women connecting on the internet who don't know each other, and then they're moving to the same city and state together, and they're winning together. They've realized, you know what, my area is some shit. I got a new opportunity where you are. Life is better there. Let me go. And that's how you get inspired when you're in sister circles. And that's why I did the conference. So y'all acting like y'all don't want to go and show up. You show up for some shit on some man. But then when I try to teach you ladies how to start support systems, you talk about black sisterhood. But then when I teach you ladies how to create groups properly to protect you and your members, you guys, it's like crickets. But that's your prerogative, because the women who do come and the women who do, they're the ones who, when they walk down the street, people and they're glowing, and you're like, wow, I wish I could. Wow. Those are the women who are in sister circles. Those are the women who know the art of seduction. Those are the women who are sensual. Those are the women who are not whores, but they are tapped into their divine whore energy. So this has been 30 minutes, and I just kind of want to use this story, which is true. And I'm not trying to be mean and shit on the woman, but it's a lesson. When I see people who, and by the way, she's not on my friends list anymore, because I don't associate even in distance online with people like that. Because if you don't want to change, if you're so great, you wouldn't be fucked up. And if you don't want to change, and if you have people who are nice enough, who don't know you, but who are nice enough to tell you the truth, so you can change and live the rest of your life fucking happy, that you're not good enough to even be associated with me on the internet. So I just delete people, and I take, instead of ranting and bad-mouthing the person, I teach a lesson to help other women. That's what you need to do if you really got it together. Instead of ranting about whores, what you would be doing is teaching women how to use their divine whore energy, and teaching women how these whores have fucking mansions, and how their children, no matter what their mama did in 6th grade, their children are living well and living better than your children, who are broken and fucked up, who are also coming to my classes because you're a bad mom. So this is the stuff. You gotta really stop being offended and just focus on how to succeed and win as a woman. Take your emotion out of it and think with your brain, logically. See, a lot of you women are going to be like, oh, she's kind of a little harsh. I'm usually not this harsh in my videos, but most of you, it doesn't even apply to anyway. So most of you watching this, you're not even offended because you know you're not an idiot. You know what I'm saying? But for the overly emotional woman, they're gonna get triggered. Look at you, you're bubbling. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay if you are, because you don't have to be that way anymore. I'm telling you, you don't have to be that way anymore. And you don't even need me to help you do that. You can do that. So yeah, this is just a video I had to do. Spirit told me to do it because I feel like it's going to change someone. Some woman's gonna look at this video and decide, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of being a good black woman that's fucking whining and complaining all the time. So yeah, you have the power to change. And if you don't know how to change, ask for help from the women who know how to change. So this is Filmy from Black Woman Moving On, and we're moving on from this whole she's a whore, she's not a whore. We're moving on from, oh, I'm a good black woman and all the men are shit, all the men are dogs. I don't want to hear that crap anymore. There's so many men out there. You know, if you don't know how to change, like I said, get help. So, have a great day. What am I about to do? I'm actually just about to go have fun. Yeah, I have so much time. So, I think I'm going to go visit my family members, my grandparents, my elders. Go visit your elders, because my elders actually are smart and they love me and they're great. So, I'm going to go visit my grandparents. So,